Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This project's not as popular as I thought it would be at the moment. The clicks and likes and comments have lowered down, and I think part of the problem is that you're used to me having the parts in bulk and then throwing them on a bike. Normally I can end the project sometimes in one video, sometimes in 4, sometimes in 8. But actually we're looking at 16, 18, 20, 24. So I think people need to understand that it is a longer project, because it is a longer project. People said I was doing too many Chinese bikes, so I went out of my comfort zone to buy this, thinking it would be more desirable, but actually I've got less views, less watchers and all of that. So if you are watching, please like, please comment, please subscribe so that we can carry on doing what we do. This bike's made so much progress, it's unbelievable, and it's going to continue to make more, and it's the only focus we've got at the moment. We haven't got any other projects. The WK bike is a no-no. There's no engines, there's no top ends. That's just sitting there doing nothing. The only one I found got lost in the post. You can thank Every or Hermes for that, who I made a huge complaint to, and they said yes, we lost it in the post. That was their response, and that was through the ombudsman actually, because I wanted them to find the part and get it to me. So we went through the ombudsman and they said we lost the part, and that was it. It was dealt with. Some of the bits I want to do to the bike. Also Rabjab's camera setting that he set up last time, picture quality great, stability terrible. So we're back to the original setting. The stability on this setting is so much better. So we're at 1080p 30 frames per second, and it's got a better stability. But I have been looking into new cameras now. I think next year I'll be looking into getting one. And I think it's the Xperia something that I'm going to be looking at. A Sony one, because it's designed for filming. So before we carry on, hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, and enjoy the intro. I'm just chatting to Rabjab here, and you know, it's interesting conversations at the moment. We're both skint. We're both skint. That includes all of this and my personal life. Rabjab, funny enough, said I'm skint. Actually, this economic crisis is hitting hard, man.
I've never been broke like this.
I haven't either. It's funny that, isn't it?
I've never been broke like this.
It is funny that, Rabjab. I was saying at work recently, I was saying to the others at work, I've never felt the pinch this much. And actually all of them have partners and husbands and wives, and they were saying, yeah, we're feeling it a bit. And then I was kind of going through my finances a touch with them, not fully but a touch. And they were like, wow, yeah, being single, it can't be done. So it's crazy, guys. And Liz Truss just cut taxes for everyone, but actually the rich benefit the most.
Yeah.
Anyone who makes $1 million a year gets 55,000 extra pounds a year, and we get something like, in my pay bracket, 150 quid was it, or something, for 300 quid, or something like that, which isn't going to be overly helpful. She's really made a mistake there, in my opinion. I'm not very political. I don't normally have too many political conversations because they can go in too many directions. Everyone has different views, opinions, thoughts, facts. But actually, I've never felt the UK. I've never worked my arse off to have so little, is the truth. I'm thinking about selling the Harley and keeping this. Rabjab was just asking why, and actually I don't use the Harley regularly. If I've got some training going on or I need to go somewhere else, my day-to-day life, I walk to work. It's about 45 minutes away, and I come back. If I'm not based where I'm based, which is not sometimes the case, I'll take the car, or I'll take a bus, or I'll walk a bit further. But I rarely use a motorbike, so I'd rather have a bike that sits in the garage and goes up in value anyway when it's not being used. The Harley is kind of holding its value at about 4.5 grand. So I think I'm going to sell the Harley over the next couple of months, pay off some debts. This will be good to go up and running if I ever really needed to do any bits and pieces on it. And yeah, and then buy a new project for the, you know, for the channel. I think that's the plan, Rabjab. And then Rabjab's looking at, you've got your theory test coming up.
Yeah, next month.
Theory for his full. Rabjab's kind of got really unlucky, so he booked his theory and his full test a few years back and smashed or something.
And COVID.
Then he did one in COVID time. COVID kicked in, stopped the test. What they did was they pushed the test forward 6 months, 6 months, 6 months, and then blatantly said, actually, no, we can't do it. We're too backed up. So he lost his theory, which isn't ideal, really, is it? And then he's had to start fully again, so he's starting again with that. But I'd quite like to see I think that our watchers would quite like to see your like maybe your mod 1 and mod 2.
When I do it, I will send out. I put on the.
Yeah. Are you due a CBT at any point? You must have done so many of them. Maybe I'll come and watch if you do a CBT. You better check your date on it. They run out of date, mate. Well, you better check it because they do check. I mean, COVID's been a good excuse for people up until now, but I've seen police out there on the streets doing the works recently. So if you do check your date on your CBT, and that's good advice for everyone out there, guys. And your MOTs. My car was out of MOT. I didn't even know. I mean, I've done it now, but I didn't even know it was out of MOT. And what happened was where they added 6 months at some point, my September renewal date in my head, every September I needed MOT. Actually, because it pushed forward 6 months, the new MOT date was January. So I've got to January and gone past it, actually, by almost 6 months with no MOT. And then I noticed, I was still using the car daily. And then I noticed and I got that done last weekend. So do check all of your documents now, because the police are back out there. I've seen them doing it. They're not messing around. Right, today I've got one spark plug. I only needed the screw-in cap. The screw-in cap on there, because my new leads, you need the fat end on. So I only needed the cap, but I've got a spark plug. I've got the aluminium silver, which is what I'm going to be using on the side of the engine. And I've got these scuff pads. These are brilliant, guys, from Halfords. They're about £3 or £3.50. They're great, and you just use them and use them and use them. I mean, I've got a set in there that I've been using for 2 years. The biggest issue is when they get too dirty. But they are so good, honestly. My aim for today is to pop off both sides, drop the oil, catch the oil, pop off both side panels, get them painted with the aluminium after, of course, cleaning and roughing up, and we'll leave them off to dry. I also want to get the exhaust off again, because I want to paint the flange there the same colour. I want to get my Dremel up here and just do a bit of cleaning while I have a little bit more access once all this is gone. And in here I'll get the Dremel on that. And these, I want to spray these up, because I de-rusted these but then didn't spray them. So I need to kind of do all that again. And then I've got some new HT leads and new lines that go up to the coil, and so on. And then the next step of this progress will be to get some vinegar for the tank and redo that process, because it flush rusted like hell. Unbelievable, actually. Right, come on. It is flush rusted. It looks shocking, look at that, but it's loose. Look, it goes straight back down to the metal. So what we need to do is we need to do it properly. What we need to do is, how this works, the best method I've tried is use the vinegar for a night or two, and then you have to flush the vinegar out. A bit of baking soda and water will do that. That will neutralise the vinegar. And then you have to air dryer it out. So you take it indoors, flush flush it out with a hose or a shower or something, put the hairdryer in, get it fully dry and drained out, and then it wouldn't hurt. You can run a bit of two-stroke oil around the whole thing, especially the top, because that gets less fuel. Get some two-stroke up at the top, drain the two-stroke out, and get fuel back in, and you'll be fine. We did that on John's. I looked in it last week. It is spot on, no issues at all. Let's see if we can get these side casings off. I don't know how this clutch system works, so I'll show you guys when we're in there. We'll all look at it together, because ideally I want to take that off. I want to take this little plate off. I'll give that a clean. We'll keep that as it is. We need to take the kickstand off and yeah, and get it ready for some paint. People seem to like an oil drop. Let's do an oil drop. I've got a little catch can. I don't know how much it holds. Does it say?
Let's see how dirty the oil is.
It's not. It's quite clean. I've already seen that. I know it's quite clean. Whoa, that's massive. What the hell? There you go.
It's busting a nice leak.
Some of it went in the catch can. That is the biggest bung road jab I've ever seen.
How big is it?
Look, it's massive. Right, let me catch that in the container.
It look quite clean.
It is clean, it is clean. Although it won't hurt to
Give it a clean.
get some new, yeah. Right, let me
Actually,
stop
we'll
that.
add it.
Yeah, press stop.